The next food component that we are discussing is lipids. The substances formed by specific chemical bond between fatty acids and alcohol are called lipids. So lipids are formed due to a chemical bond between fatty acids and the alcohol groups. Digestion of lipids consumed by us is their conversion into fatty acids and alcohol. So lipids are highly complex. They are made out of fatty acids and alcohols. So when they are consumed by us, they are broken down into simple form, that is fatty acids and alcohols. Lipids are sometimes used as a synonym for fat, but fats are a subgroup of lipids and they are called as triglycerides. Lipids include wide range of compounds that are not soluble in water. For example, fatty acids, fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E and K, oils, wax, sterols. So all these are examples of lipids and fats are one of the lipids. Fatty acids are absorbed up and distributed everywhere within the body. So after the digestion, the fatty acids are absorbed by the bloodstream and they are carried to all the parts of the body. From those fatty acids, different cells produce various substances necessary to themselves. So from them, the various substances are going to be formed, which are going to be useful for the body. We are going to see some examples where fatty acids are used. Here are a few examples where lipids are used in our body. The first example, the molecules called as phospholipids, which are essential for producing plasma membrane, are formed from fatty acids. So first we need to know what is plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is also called as cell membrane, and this membrane is found in all the cells. And what is the function of the plasma membrane? It separates the interior of the cell from the external or outside environment. We know that inside the cell there are number of things. There are cell organelles, nucleus, cytoplasm, etc. So the interior of the cell is separated from the outside environment with the help of plasma membrane. Now this plasma membrane is semi-permeable. That means it can allow certain things to move inside the cell and it even allows things to go outside the cell. Substances like nutrients and oxygen can move in, carbon dioxide and various waste products can move out. So this plasma membrane is semi-permeable and it is going to be made out of phospholipid bilayer and proteins. So it is made out of both fatty acids as well as proteins. So this is the first function or example where we have the use of fatty acids. Second example, fatty acids are used for producing hormones like progesterone, estrogen. Both these are female hormones. Testosterone, which is a male hormone. Aldosterone, which is secreted by the adrenal gland and it maintains the balance of water and salt, and therefore it is going to play a vital role in maintaining the blood pressure, etc. and the covering around the axons of nerve cells. So nerve cells are a part of the nervous system and here the layer of fatty acid acts as an insulating material. We get 9 kilocalories of energy per gram of lipid. So the energy that is obtained per gram lipid oxidation is very large, that is 9 kilocalories. But as compared to carbohydrates, which is going to give us only 4 kilocalories of energy, but a lot of oxygen is required to burn the lipids. Excess of lipids are stored in adipose connective tissue in the body. So extra fat is going to be stored in a special tissue which is called adipose tissue. It is present at various places in the body and it provides us with the cushioning effect. So these are the functions of the lipids. Let's move on to the next food component. This is just to show you how fatty acids are going to play a vital role in the transmission of impulses. This is a nerve cell structure. The diagram of a nerve cell is shown to you. It comprises of cell body or the dendrite and a thread-like axon, and it has got axon terminals. Now this axon is surrounded by myelin sheath. So this on both sides, which you can see, that is the myelin sheath. This myelin sheath is secreted by special cells called Schwann cells, and this acts as an insulating material, and this insulating material is made out of fatty acids and proteins. So myelin sheath secreted by Schwann cells made out of fatty acids and proteins acts as an insulating material. At the same time, you can see small gaps. They are called nodes of Ranvier, and due to this the transmission of impulses takes place very fast. So this is what is the use of fatty acids in our body. Moving on to the next food component, that is vitamins. Vitamins are a group of heterogeneous compounds of which each is essential for proper operation of various processes in the body. Vitamins and minerals are micronutrients. They are not required in a very large scale, and hence they are called micronutrients. Small quantities are enough, but their presence for carrying out various processes is extremely important. So though they may be micronutrients, they are required by the body on a daily basis, and the main function of vitamins is to build up a strong immune system, and it even plays an important role in blood clotting. Vitamins are obtained from various fruits, vegetables, and even nuts. So vitamins are extremely essential for the body. There are 6 main types of vitamins, that is A, B, C, D, E and K. So these are various types of vitamins. They are classified on the basis of their solubility. So A, D, E and K are called as fat soluble because they are soluble in fats, whereas B and C are water soluble, that is they are soluble in water. Since B and C are water soluble, we require them on a larger quantity as compared to fat soluble vitamins because they can be easily washed away from our body. Vitamin B is a group of 8 vitamins. So it's a vitamin B complex group comprising of 8 different types of vitamins. Whereas vitamin C is also called as ascorbic acid, and it is obtained from any kind of citrus fruit like oranges or lemon. We have seen that FADH2 and NADH2 are produced in the processes like glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So we have seen this flavin adenine dinucleotide and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. They both were coenzymes. Vitamins like riboflavin, that is vitamin B2, and nicotinamide, that is vitamin B3, respectively, are necessary for their production. So we are going to require vitamin riboflavin and nicotinamide for the production of FADH2 and NADH2 respectively. So riboflavin, that is vitamin B2, plays a vital role in the formation of FADH2, and nicotinamide plays an important role in the formation of NADH2. So these are some of the functions of vitamins. Coming to the last components of food, it is water and fibers. There is about 65 to 70% of water in our body. Each cell contains 70% water weight by weight. Blood plasma also contains 90% of water. So blood comprises of plasma, that is 90% water, and remaining is inorganic ions and proteins. Whereas blood even comprises of RBCs, WBCs and the platelets, that is the blood cells. Functioning of cells and thereby whole body disturbs even if there is little loss of water from the body. So when we are dehydrated, when we lose water from our body, at that time we feel very lethargic, we feel weakness in our body, and to compensate for the loss we take ORS solution, and that is oral rehydration solution, which is comprising of salt and sugar, and the powder is dissolved in water, and that gives us instant energy. So water hence is considered to be an essential nutrient. Along with all above mentioned nutrients, fibers are also essential nutrients. So fibers are equally important. In fact, we cannot digest the fibers. So fibers are not digested in the body. However, they help in digestion of other substances and egestion of undigested food. We obtain the fibers from leafy vegetables, fruits, cereals, etc. So this is what is the importance of the various food components and the energy that we obtain from them. We have seen it with respect to carbohydrates, then lipids, then vitamins and minerals, and water and the fibers. That is all about the energy, and that is what we obtain from the food components.